Hello, hi all. Okay. Last time, if you remember, we have discussed about the row number and rank and its rank, right? Okay. So here I have taken the sample data and I have mentioned how my ranking will be generated when I am using row number and dense rank and rank. Correct. These are all actually analytical functions. Okay, so row number, rank, and dense ranks will these are all comes under analytical functions. And here I have taken the sample data, right? The same sample data. What I have done, I have created a table by using the metadata of those columns, and I have created an insert statement to enter the data, and I have taken this row number function. Okay, first let me remove this one. Later I will explain partition by. Okay, now you see order by total marks descending. I am just taking row number, open bracket and close bracket, over order by total marks. So what it does actually, based on the order by of total marks, it will generate the sequence number. Okay, now let's create. I have copy pasted all these queries in Snowflake. Okay, let me execute one by one. Now I am executing this query so that a table will be created, and then I am inserting the data. Now. Okay, so data one by one inserted. Okay. And then let me see the data first. Okay, let me see the data whether it is inserted or not. We will see. So let's start. Student. Now let me take this and let's check. So we got the data. So 4 columns we have. Now I will execute the billing query. So here in the select I have taken all columns. Okay, I have taken all columns, and additional column I have taken. Let me go here. Okay, this is my additional column. Okay, so this column is created, okay, as row number. Whatever the logic present here, right? This analytical function. So that result under shown under row number. Okay, so now row number over order by total marks descending. So what it is actually, whatever I have mentioned in Excel, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, the rank will be generated. Now I pasted in Snowflake, right? Okay, so let me execute this result. Now you see, let me make it nearby. Okay, so that we will understand. Now you see, for 599 we have a 1. Okay, now you see, for 599 we have 1. For 599 we have a 2, sequence number 2. 453, and then for 404, 404, again 405, 405, and 399, 6. So see the number what I got here. One by one we got the row number, sequence number. Okay, so like this, when you are using this, okay, what will happen? The row number analytical function and over order by, if you view like this, what will happen? So based on the descending order, you will get the sequence number like this, 1, 2. Okay, it does not matter whether you have a duplicate or a unique record. According to the order ID, it will generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if I do ascending, for example, here I have taken descending, right? If for the same row number, if I take the ascending, then what will happen? First rank will be created here, 1, and then for it will come to the 400, 2, and 3, and for 454, okay, and then 5 and 6. Like this it will generate actually. So 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, sorry, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you see, I'm just here making ascending here. Okay, if I change it now, what will happen? You just check. See, for 399, first sequence ID we got for 399. You see here we got the 3. Okay, and for 400 we got 2 3. Here also 400 we got 2 3, and 450 you see 4. 450 what we have 4, and for 599 5 6, 599 5 6. See, so like this ascending, if you give, what will happen, from the lower value to higher level it will come. If you take the descending, then what will happen, it will consider from the higher value to lower value. Accordingly the rank will be generated. Okay, this is the example of this query. So in interview you may get this kind of questions. Okay, so what will okay, so you need to listen carefully while attending the interview. So what exactly he is expecting. Okay, maybe sometimes what will happen, interviewer, he will note it down in the note paper. Okay, by seeing the result you have to write a query. Okay, now for example, if I add here partition by the salary, for example, it just we have taken order by total number ascending we have taken. Now if I take the partition by, what will happen means, so here we have a 2599, right? So what will happen, it will consider only this partition by for the row number only. I am talking about only row number now. Okay, this is if I make ascending, this is the result. If I take the partition, what will happen for the row number, for partition by total marks, if I take, what will happen, so this will be based on the descending. Okay, and now I am just taking this based on the descending. What will happen, this will create a one portion. Under portion it will generate a unique identifier like 1 and 2. Again it will come to the 450, descending you are taking, right, and you have only one value, right, so it will take the define the one value, and after 450 you have a 400 values, right, you have a 2 actually. You have 400 2 you have, right. So again what will happen, it will create a 1 and 2, like this it will create, and 399 only 1 you have, right, so it will generate a value like this. It means when you take the partition by in the analytical function for the row number, what will happen, it will create a portion by portion. If it will just check whether do you have a 1 or 2. Okay, if you see here for the current value and the previous value and current value, if you see any difference, then it will create only that particular area, and it will generate a sequence number. Okay, again here also it will generate, it will just check, because you are giving the either ascending or descending, right. So what will happen, this values will be ascending or descending when it makes, so it will create a sequence number. So first you are saying, what you are telling, that make the values are ascending or descending. After that you are creating the sequence number. Okay, so now you see for these two values you will be creating a 2 values here, and for these two you are creating a, again 1 2, again 1 1. So now let's see how we can get the same result. Just a simple partition by, I am giving partition by and total marks, and order by same, there is no change. Only what I will do, I will change here, okay, with to descending. Now I am executing the query. Sorry. See what will happen, DESC descending. See now for 399 you got the 1, for 400 you got the 1, for 400 1 2, again 450 only 1, for 599 1 2. Now if you see here, by having like this, for example in interview, okay, if interview says I have a duplicate records here, for example, consider this particular column, I am just pasting here. Okay, interviewer has given like this for you. Okay, then he asked to remove the duplicates or identify the duplicates. What will you do? So here in the rank you have given a partition by and order by, right? Okay, so you got the data like this. So if you take only one record, 1 1 1, so what will happen? You will get exactly the unique numbers. Okay, now I'll copy paste here. Now, okay, now you see, I'll take only one here. This is my unique record, and this is my unique record, and these two are my unique record. See, this one is duplicate and this one is duplicate. For example, even in an interview, if someone asks, right, to identify the duplicate records or to identify the unique records, you need to write a simple query like this. We will see that also now. How will you identify the duplicate record? Now, so in one single query, you cannot able to identify the duplicate records or unique records. Why? Because first of all, you need to generate the rank row number. Okay, first you need to generate row number. On top of that, once you created this, on top of that you need to write a query to get only this data based on the row number. What we will see now. Okay, let's see. Now we got the data like this, correct? We got the data. Okay, 1 2 3. Now what I will do, on top of that I will just select star from open bracket. Okay, and then I'll close this one here below. Okay, and I'll give alias name where I'll take this column, because inside you are storing the value. Okay, and equal to 1. If you take equal to 1, what will happen? All unique records will be displayed. You just check now. See, 399, 400, 450, 599. Only 4 records you got the result. It means you have identified the duplicate records. And in the select star from, you are getting this row number also. But if you don't want this, means you just simply give these columns in select statement. Only these many select columns if you give in the select statement, it is enough. So that you will not see this column. See, only you got the unique records. Now I want to identify duplicate records. So already the row number function, when you have taken the partition by, it has created like this, right? Okay, if you take a greater than 1, what will happen? You will get the duplicate records. Okay, you can take a equal to 2 also here in this scenario. What will happen if you have one more 599? Then again it will generate a 3, right? Okay, so better always you take the greater than 2. Okay, sorry, greater than 1. If you take greater than 1, what will happen? You will get only 2 duplicate records. See, 400, 599. So like this, always it is very useful in interview questions. Okay, you will get a question by, okay, how do you differentiate the duplicate records and the unique records. You will get this kind of question. So at that time, what you need to do, you have to write analytical functions. In Oracle, there is a default row ID column was there. Okay, it is default. By default, whenever you insert the data into a database, right, it will generate one row ID. But this row ID concept, it is not there in Snowflake or any other databases. So at that time, what you have to do, you need to use the row number function to identify the duplicate records. Okay, so now you see here we have written a, first we create, what we have done, we have selected this query. Okay, we have selected this query first, and on top of that we have written written the one more outer query, and we extracted the we apply the filter condition. So this is how we can write one way of to identify the duplicate record. Okay, now another way for the same query, how we can modify and to get the same result means, so what we can do, we can create a one temporary table. Okay, I mean CT table with, okay, what I will do, row number. I'll give just like this, row number, as open bracket and close bracket. Inside this, what I will do, I'll write this query. Okay. Inside this, I'm writing this query. So, and whatever the data this query executes, right, the entire data will be stored here. Okay. Now, what I will do, after that, select start from total, where row number greater than 1. Like this also you can write to get the same result. See, only you got 404. Now if I use this one equal to, then you will get the unique records. So sometimes, okay, sometimes in interview he may ask like this. Okay, here also what I have done, I have taken all selected, right? If I take only these many columns, but see, the result you will get same as it is, there is no change. Only select, right, in the select column you are selecting the specific column. Okay, so what will happen, you will get the data will be displayed for only specific columns which you have mentioned. Okay? Now you got the only specific column, there is no row number column. Okay, so but this is applied based on the row number only, whatever the logic we have implemented, right? But only while displaying the columns we have limited actually. But even in real time also we will use this kind of analytical functions, but we will not load these column into our final table. Okay, just intermediately we will use, and while loading the data into a table we use actual columns only. Okay, this is very important on the analytical function. Okay, so either you can write a subquery like this to get the same result. Okay, first this query will be executed. Okay, on top of that this query will be executed. Otherwise here same way, just different with the CTE table. First this CTE table will be executed, this query, once the data will be stored here, and then the data you are extracting again. On top of that you are applying like this. Okay, this way also you can identify the data. Okay, another way how we can identify simply. Okay, if you want to see without writing a duplicate, without writing any analytical function, how will you identify the duplicate record? That's also very important. Okay, how? Now you see, so I'm telling you, right? Okay, we are using the total marks as a column to identify the duplicate, because here serial number you don't have, right? But here we have, just to see whether we will get the duplicate or not. Now let's see. Okay, so I am taking the total marks column, comma, and the sum of, sorry, count of column from student, group by student, sorry, local, total marks. Now you see I am executing this. So what will happen, based on the total marks it is taking the counter. 599 we have a 2 records, for 400 we have a 2 records, and 450 only 1 record, 399 1 record. So you know now, so these two are very unique records, because only you have a 1 record count. 1 record count means 1 record, right? So there is no duplicate, there is no chances also for a duplicate. But 599 400 you have a 2 records, it means what, 1 record is unique, another record is duplicate. Like this we can identify whether do we have any duplicate or not. So by having this we can easily identify. For example, you don't want to display this because all many unique records are there. So I don't know where we have a duplicate records. For example, if you stuck like this, so what you need to do, you need to eliminate, you need to filter out this data. Okay, to that what you have to do, you have to use having, okay, count of this, you take enter this one better, and greater than 1, just simply you give greater than 1. So what will happen, you will get the only duplicate record columns. See, how many records are there duplicates? Two we have. Like this also we can identify the duplicate data. Okay. So now today we have discussed about the row number, okay, and the row number, how we can generate the sequence number, and how we can generate the value level sequence number, and how we can identify the duplicate records, how we can identify the unique records. So again with the same query, same result, how do we execute with the two different queries I have explained with the CT table, as well as simple query how we can identify the just a record count. I mean how many duplicate records are there generally, okay, for a particular ID, particular value, how many records are there duplicate, like that also we can identify by having these queries. Okay, so this is very important for interview purpose. Okay, maybe see here I have used the total marks. Okay, in interview based on the his requirement we need to change the columns to identify the to get the exact result. But this is the syntax to identify the duplicate records. This is the syntax to identify the unique records, and here we can identify by using the group by, we can identify just that column and count of the records, whether do we have a duplicate. If more than one means it is a duplicate only, right? So this is all. Okay, so in the tomorrow session what we will do, we will discuss about the rank and dense rank. Okay, thank you everyone. Bye.